take the clicker.
Like, not a behind the podium guy.
I'm not a behind the podium guy. Good morning. If you notice, that looks like a train. It's deliberate because, as people have said this morning, we're on a journey. And Dr. Merlino asked me to really talk about one part of the journey, making not just the role of the Chief Experience Officer, but the case for the Chief Experience Officer. Now, we know that this is serious business, but frankly, I'm not a serious guy, okay? And you've been sitting for an hour and a half. And so what I'd like you to do, and this kind of goes with the Let's Move It initiative at the Cleveland Clinic, I'd like you to get up. We have a little bit of an introductory song. For some of you boomers may know the lyrics, so let's get started. If hell I knew which hospital to choose, CMS states that I know there's more than that. It took me by surprise, I must say. I found out yesterday. I heard it through the grapevine. What hospital was just fine? All right. I heard it through the grapevine. You know, I was just about to go online, honey, yes I was. Talked to a friend of mine. His dear old mom was hospitalized. A former patient, a pastor, gave me info to decide faster. When the weight's on you to choose, talk to others who have been through. When you hear it through the grapevine, you'll never go in blind. That's right, heard it through the grapevine. It'll help you make up your mind, honey, yes it will. Hearing it through the grapevine will help you make up your mind. All right. Good job. Thank you. Now, hearing it through the grapevine is what? Word of mouth. Now, yesterday we spent a lot of time on an enabler of word of mouth, the social media. Now, believe me, you could Google me and you'll find me everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, at Anthony Cirillo, by the way. But I think we get obsessed with word of mouth on the social media side. And I think we need to keep it in perspective. You know, I just read in a marketing professor's article, 64% of word of mouth conversations today are still face-to-face, okay? But yet we put so much. So let's just keep it in perspective a little bit. You know, 40% of word-of-mouth conversations are around healthcare. And they're done by that coveted demographic, the baby boomer woman, right? That coveted demographic we all want. But really, let's look at word of mouth and how I got to that Chief Experience Officer article a little bit differently. It isn't actually marketing at all. It's great customer service that earns customer respect. Now, I would change a few words to customer experience that earns customer loyalty. But not every experience has the same value, right? If I go to the supermarket, I could buy my coffee beans for a couple pennies, go up the line, Dunkin' Donuts, diner. But why do we gladly pay $3 to $5 for a cup of coffee at Starbucks? Of course, if I have more time and go around the room, you'll say, well, of course, Anthony, it's the experience. Right, but what about the experience? Well, I'll tell you my Panera Bread experience. Anybody go to Panera Bread? Love Panera. Why do I love it? Well, I could go there when I'm on the road if I have an off day and spend morning, noon, and night there, and they'll never throw me out. It's true. They will never throw you out. They have free Wi-Fi. You can conduct business there. The meals are pretty healthy, and I don't perceive that I'm paying any more for the value, and I gladly pay it. So the value of experiences, it really gets to the fact that brands have functional benefits. Car gets you from point A to B. If we just bought it for that, we would have stayed with the Ford, you know, all automobiles are black. But we buy for a lot of emotional reasons. And in healthcare, when we're looking at quality and value, a lot of times what we do is we measure quality by metrics. You know, mortality data, central line infections, you know, go down your list. The customer looks at total experience. If you read Fred Leeds, if Disney ran your hospital, you'll preach into the choir.